having been here since 2016. Newcastle United have made it a home from home in recent years, with a couple of trips down there, particularly in this competition. Pep Guardiola, I'm sure, will be confident his side can make it through here after those goals from Semenyo and Ryan Cherki in the first leg back on the 13th of January. Eddie Howe took Newcastle to the League Cup final at the end of last season, where they were winners against Liverpool, and in 2023 as well, but the odds not on his side here. Now, in behind here, a chance for Mamouche, knocked against him, but in it goes! Manchester City have a third goal on aggregate, and it might be a third goal to push them under the Wembley arch. In it goes off the Manchester City striker as Burn tried to clear it. And just 6 minutes into Voltemada on here to Gordon. He can go one more, and there's a chance in the middle. Smothered well though by Trafford, who did really well. The pressure was on, and maybe too much pressure there.
Well, this is too easy for Newcastle to break through Manchester City.
Aït-Nouri. Reinders opens up! And City pretty close to adding a second.
A really good ball by Aït-Nouri. Played it down the side of Reinders so he could turn.
Bubble up space ahead of himself here. Ryan Aït-Nouri, so much to give. Aït-Nouri! They don't get lucky this time, it is a corner. But I worry for Newcastle about the space that can be found in behind Kieran Trippier.
Well, you mentioned his pace earlier on in your commentary. He's just about
following the game as to whether it should have stood or not. Now, here's Gordon, chance! And once again, Trafford the man for Manchester City.
Well, how easy is that? One long ball played forward. They win the first ball in the air. That's what Burn does. They win the second ball in the air.
Left.
Suddenly,
Antoine Semenyo, angle tight, or nearly in. It is now, and Manchester City are surely heading to Wembley. There is no doubt about it. Mamouche at the double. And Manchester City starting to enjoy themselves in a semi-final, which not too many teams can do. The 2 goals in the first leg. Worse for them here. Semenyo is going to be played in. Antoine Semenyo trying to make it look so easy. It's another. It's Reinders ramming home City's advantage. And Newcastle looking and feeling very sorry for themselves now. This aggregate score is starting to get a little embarrassing for them. They move forward now. Trippier in towards Voltemada, and the header from Botman, superbly saved again by Trafford. And in what has been a goal-filled half for Manchester City, they really do have their goalkeeper to thank for keeping a clean sheet.
That's a really good header from Botman. A lot of athleticism.
Manchester City's wait though for another final at Wembley, surely only 45 minutes away. 3 first-half goals here, a brace.
Jacob Murphy also on with the other duo as well. Enjoy the second half, everybody. We'll see you after.
All decide to...
Kept on finding positions. Well, there's the first mistake.
Well, a chance here. Wissa is through and off target. Well, he, like others who've been put through one-on-one with the goalkeeper, have fluffed their lines in this game. Mamouche, meanwhile. Omar Mamouche chasing a hat-trick. He hasn't got it, but Reinders puts it wide. But the questions are about the incident at the other end of the field.
Obviously the VAR is in the ear of the referee. It was a mistake by Alain to start with. Reinders should have scored up the other end. Here's the big crossfield.
Alanga skip between 2. Thought he'd go on the right, but he goes on his left and scores a quite brilliant goal. The very best of Anthony Elanga. And Newcastle fans starting to see why there was so much money put into him in the summer. The faintest of glimmers of hope. But Newcastle finally on the scoreboard for the first time here. And Tonali slips it through, and Barnes with another chance. Elanga! And you feel from Newcastle's point of view if they were to go on one of the greatest comebacks this trophy has ever seen. That had to go in.
Well, just from a professional player's point of
Reinders, Haaland, Marmouche, is this his moment? Well, it might well have been. But a finish way off target.
Well, Shirky said he should have cut it back, but he's absolutely right to take the shot on. He's just got to show more composure and more ability with.
It's a high one forward, it's bounced, it's Elanga round the back! And again, we're left scratching our heads as to how that ball hasn't gone in the back of the net. Newcastle United 5-1 down on aggregate, but they really could have. First time since 2007 they'd failed to have a shot on target in 3 consecutive second halves. But here's Haaland, who certainly had one there. And Ramsdale with a fine save to deny him a 4th goal for Manchester City on the night.
Well, that was Haaland at his best in terms
Saw
of
it that
the
way.
movement.
Play goes on with Shirky. Ryan Shirky. Haaland. Saved by Ramsdale again. It's been a night for the goalkeepers. Despite the fact both teams have scored and there have been 4 goals in total, there have been some great saves at either end.
Yeah, Haaland's showing he's got a right foot as well here. Arsenal against Manchester City.
It will be Manchester City to take on Arsenal in the 2026 Carabao Cup final. After a largely dominant home performance, certainly dominant performance over the course of the tie from Manchester City, who raced into a 3-goal lead here.